it is officially hair day. I've had curly hair for, I don't know, 3 days now, and it's just been way too much. I thought I would embrace the curls for a little bit. It has been so hot these past few days. It's reached 90 degrees, and having big curly hair just makes me even hotter. So I'm gonna straighten my hair. I usually do this once a week. In the summer, not as often because I wear it curly, obviously if we're swimming or going to the beach or something like that, but I'm over it. So we're straightening my hair. I have one of the brush blow dryers, heat protectant, water bottle, a comb, and the Unbrush, which is the best brush that I've ever used. It's so good at getting tangles out. I just used it in the shower. That's why it's gross, full of hair right now. And yeah, we're gonna see how long this takes. Usually takes me an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to do the whole process, because after the blow dryer, I will straighten it with a straightener. But I'm ready to feel like me again. And right now, me has straight hair. Hair has been blow dried, not straightened with a straightener yet, but it's time for lunch. So, okay, I have sourdough starter here. I noticed it was a little watery. I looked into it and I need to get rid of a bunch of this. So I'm gonna make waffles for lunch and then freeze some as well. So sourdough waffles, this is my first time. I looked up a recipe and we're gonna try it out. Hopefully it's good. Here's the recipe I'm gonna try out. It came from the site Time for the Table. Okay, today's mission is to try and salvage my sourdough starter. This is my second one. My first one, I named Francisco, immediately killed, but I did not have a scale. This one, I have a scale. It was doing great. And then this morning, it had kind of deflated. Super bubbly still, but deflated. I was looking into it. Some people were saying that maybe it was just too hot, which yesterday it was like 90 degrees. So it's possible that was the issue. Everything I was looking at said, get rid of the majority of your starter. So it was all the way up here. I only have 75 grams right now. And then they said to feed it an equal part feeding. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So 75 grams of water, 75 grams of flour. I do not have a high protein flour right now. And so I think that's really my issue, is that I need to get a better flour. For now, I'm just going to use the flour that I already have. It said you might have to feed it up to 3 times a day to bring it back to life. So let's see. I've learned my lesson not to put stuff directly into there because I've put too much at times. So I'm starting out with a little dish here. I'm gonna zero that out, and then we're gonna get 75 grams of flour. got it to 75. Now I'm gonna do the water, same thing. I'm gonna do water in a separate vessel because I have messed up water as well. Okay, there we go. Looks like Benny didn't really want his powdered sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch before I clean up that mess. It's 3:30 p.m. Hair is officially done. I'm gonna take Benny out of his little quiet time situation, try and handle some of the dishes, plan dinner, fold laundry. That's everything I wanted to do. Okay, I'm back. It's actually 3:45. I've done a little bit of dishes, but over the past few weeks, my kids have made friends with a neighbor across the street. So instead of doing more chores, we're gonna go outside for some playtime. Then I'll come back and do more work. Mom. I am just learning to be okay with pivoting. I am a newly unemployed. I quit my job about 4 weeks ago, actually, for a multitude of reasons, but I did not look for a new job because I wanted to focus on finishing homeschool, which tomorrow's our last day of homeschool. Yay, so exciting. Then we start summer break. And getting my life back in line, getting my life back in order, focusing on what's important. My daily planner has been a big help with keeping things in line, so. And also learning to pivot. Not every single day do I have to be doing, not every single minute of every single day do I need to be doing something that is productive. So I'm going to take this time while the kids are outside riding their scooters, and I'm going to read a little bit. Almost 5 p.m. and I'm finally getting the chance to sit down and explain myself a little bit. So this is actually my third YouTube channel. I have shared my life online multiple times in different stages of my life. In college, I had a very makeup focused page, and then as a new mom, I decided to start documenting things as they came along. I only had one child at the time. That was about 8 years ago. And then now I'm in a new season of life. I am a mom to 3. And one thing I really struggle with is whenever I am exclusively a stay-at-home mom and not bringing in any income, I really struggle with, am I doing enough? And so I decided to start this journey of this YouTube page to kind of document all that I'm doing throughout a day to help weirdly validate myself on all that I do in a day and remind myself that the job of being a mom and a homemaker and a teacher is a lot. And so sometimes it's okay if that's all that I'm doing. I don't know how long I will be unemployed. Right now, we kind of decided for me to take the summer, finish homeschool, and then take the summer and just really enjoy the summer with the kids. So that's the plan right now. But like I said, I do have a lot of pressure on me and a lot of stress sometimes. I have, throughout the past 8 years of being a mother, I have worked and then I have not worked. It's gone back and forth. It's fluctuated within seasons, whether I was pregnant or fresh off maternity leave, or during COVID, there was a time when I just didn't work, but I took on kids and did homeschool with them. This is just gonna be, I guess, a culmination of my life, the season of life that I'm in right now. And I will say, throughout all these years of sharing things in different capacities online, I never regret looking back. I always enjoy looking back and seeing those memories. And my kids specifically have been begging me to document a little bit more. I stopped when my second was young, so there was no introduction for my third, which is a big deal in this house. My second son is always asking when we're going to introduce the third child, so I'm sure you'll see him scampering around in these videos now. I do not want this channel to be super child focused. I think really I'm going to use this time to self-reflect and kind of get over some things that I have endured in the past 4 to 5 years, some big changes that have gone on, and self-reflect a little bit and hopefully grow also. So anyways, if you want to be part of that journey, I would love if you would subscribe. And like I said, it is almost 5 p.m. In 5 minutes, it'll be 5. So I'm going to go start some dinner and keep on chugging along. But I wanted to do a proper introduction and kind of explain myself, explain what this channel is going to be about, hopefully. Part of my gallery wall fell down the other day, so I need to fix that. I've got this guy here, which I had just like command hooked, because these walls are really hard to put a nail in, and I need to find a new command like sticky strip for this, because it's just like the Velcro. And then underneath it will be this little guy. Thrifting is definitely something that brings me joy. It's something that in a time when we were super tight on money because I wasn't working, it was something that I could go do and not have a lot of guilt about spending money. I still was kind of spending way too much back then. I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to buy like anything cute I saw, I would buy. I am in a new phase now where I can appreciate something is super cool, unique, might fit my vibe or someone else's vibe, and appreciate it in the store and leave it behind, where before anything I thought was cool and a good deal I would just buy. So we've moved on from that, but you probably will see me thrifting quite a bit and thrift hauls, because that's just something that I do. I try to get to the thrift store at least once a week, especially like I said, this new phase of life. Now that I'm not working, I have no reason to be out of the house without my kids. But I would like to set a goal to at least do one child-free activity per week, so that way I can still have some me time. And I think thrifting is a really good way to spend my time, because I can spend hours in a thrift store and I can leave with nothing and still have an amazing time. So I don't always leave with nothing, because there's good stuff there, and I'm not known to pass up a good deal, but I can leave with nothing if needed. And it's just a really good way for me to spend my time. And sometimes I'll pop in a little audiobook in my AirPod and then just walk around the store, look at every single thing it has to offer, and it's a good time in my book.